Welcome back, everyone. It is time now for Money Matters Monday. Nobody likes paying taxes, but with just a little help, there are some ways to get a tax-free retirement income. Kent Derhart is over there with a steno pad and a pen right now. Bart Humphrey is the Vice President of Education Development with the Circle of Advisors. Thank you so much for being here, Bart. All right, so give us the Rosetta Stone. How do we do this?
Well, I first think you got to really look at the problem that we're discussing here.
Right.
Nobody likes paying taxes. We broke away from England, but here we are again.
Here we are again. At least we're represented now.
We don't have a king, at least maybe every 8 years or so.
Right.
But what we're really discussing here is that we have been trained, somewhat, some might even say almost brainwashed, to put money away in your IRAs and your 401ks, which what we're discussing here is really a good problem to have, which is this fact that you have a tax bomb at the end when you're retiring. You're saying, hey, now it's time for me to start living the good life, and we end up having this huge tax bomb. We have a silent partner in Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
And he only remains silent for so long. So even if you're in a situation where you don't need to spend your 401k or IRA at 70.5, you're forced to take. It's called required minimum distribution. So you're forced to take this. And I often sit down with people that have this problem, and it's a great problem to have because it means you have an abundance of money, but it's an even better problem to avoid.
Yeah.
A great problem to have, better problem to avoid. So what we try to do is educate, Matt. As you know, we always try to educate. We believe in the power of education. And we just feel if you're proactive in this, you can do certain things and to help avoid this situation and be more prosperous in your retirement, be able to leave a better legacy to your children. That's what it's all about, actually.
I think there are great fears out there that, especially in the last few years leading up to retirement and at that moment and just shortly after retirement, that if we pull the wrong lever, if we start drawing on something at the wrong time, if we fill out some paperwork wrong, that we're going to doom ourselves for the rest of our retirement. And to some extent, that's kind of a legitimate fear, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
For some of your viewers out there, they might understand this analogy. If you can picture the face of a clock that we don't see anymore, and you pull it off and you've got all these gears.
Yep.
And every time you do something, it activates one of those gears and they all start turning. So like you're saying, you don't want to pull the wrong lever. No matter what you do, it's going to have a reaction. So it's best to plan ahead so you can control that action to the best of your ability, so it benefits you the most. So Roth IRAs, I've never sat down with a client in my office that says, wow, I wish I wouldn't have put so much money in those Roth IRAs that have no tax consequence. That has never happened. But you might not have the Roth IRAs, but you can perhaps do Roth conversions. So that's something that you have to be very careful and very calculated, because you have to pay taxes when you convert. So there's a way to go about doing that. The other little known thing that I want your audience to listen to is life insurance. And life insurance, Matt, can be used for a variety of things. It's just not a death benefit. It can be used for financial planning.
Sure. Yeah.
And you can also, maybe your listener out there, your viewer out there says, well, I've got bad health. Well, you can have an insurable interest in somebody else, like a child or a grandchild, that maybe their health is okay to get insurance. Now, you have to have an insurable interest. I find you very interesting, but I don't have an insurable interest in you.
We haven't reached that level in our relationship.
No, we haven't.
But there's no one-size-fits-all solution, which is why it really pays dividends to sit down with some experts. Bart, thank you so much for presenting us just a few of those options. If you want to get in touch with a Securus advisor for a free consultation, you can do that. Just call 636-720-1900 or 800-720-4252. And their website's a good resource, too, Circle of Advisors.